You know, sometimes we convince ourselves that we are strong enough to walk this path in life alone. That we don't need anybody. That isolation is safer than what a community can offer. But the Desert Fathers taught us different. They warned us about this feeling of being stronger alone. And so their teachings taught very heavy truths. There was once a young monk who said to his elder, Father, do I need the brethren? Why do I need the brethren? Why can't I just pray and seek God on my own? And the elder didn't answer. Instead, he grabbed a pair of tongs and walked to a fire pit where there was a group of coals burning hot, glowing red. And with the pair of tongs, he took one of the coals out and he set it aside besides the pit. And the young monk watched as he saw this coal that once grew hot in this pit with all the others. He saw it dim, and the glow started to fade, and the heat went away. And as soon as the heat went away, it became as dead ash. And then the elder with the tongs pushed the coal gently back near the pit again, and as soon as it touched the other coals, it immediately caught fire again, and it came back to life. And the father, the elder, said to the monk, "So it is with you. Alone you will grow cold. Together you will burn again." And this is where many people today will fail. They know what they must do. That they know that the Lord has called them to a deeper community, but they still choose isolation. They choose this silence and to fight their battles alone. But coals don't burn hot as one. We were not made to walk this path ourselves. Even the Messiah sent his disciples out two by two. Elijah had the company of prophets in the wilderness. Every righteous one walked with one another. They were sharpening each other, keeping each other from growing cold. Because when you are surrounded by people who love the Lord, people who correct you when you drift, people who pray with you when your spirit feels faint and when you grow, your fire will begin to grow again than anything you could have done on your own. But when you isolate yourself, when you pull away from the community, you start to convince yourself that you don't need anybody. That is when this coldness creeps in. But it's a slow process. You might stop praying as deeply as you once did. You might stop seeking God in that quiet place in the wilderness of your mind. You might accept thoughts that you once would reject and rebuke immediately. You might start tolerating thoughts, ideas, suggestions, temptations that once you hated. And long after this, after a time, your flame will begin to be snuffed out. Now, this doesn't mean run to any community out of fear of what might happen. Um, you need to find people who will keep your fire alive, who will seek truth, people who correct you in love, people who won't just flatter your weakness, but call you to who God has made you to be. Because because you are strengthened by walking with the strong, if that makes sense. So if you feel that cold creeping into your spirit and like your fire is starting to dim, do not ignore it. Don't also pretend that you can, of your own being alone, can respark that flame in an instant, because you can't. You must return to that fire. You must return to the people who burn hot for the Lord. Let their heat reignite your heat, as we saw the elder teach the monk. Because a single coal alone grows cold, but a coal among the burning heat becomes fire again. So we must call upon the Lord, pray that he may reignite the spark in our spirit, that we may grow hot again.